Do you like your disaster porn epics all soap operaed up with masterpiece theater dialogue, oiled up heroes, overacting villains, endless sword and sandal fights, and one of the most depressing and pointless endings ever captured on film? We've got all that and much, much more with Pompeii. And before we flush it, we're going to take it out and play with it a little. Restroom Cinema. We're here to flush it, so you don't have to see it. Greetings, everyone. I am Honor Knight, your head cinematic flusher right here in the Restroom. As always, I'm joined by my lovely co-cinematic flushers, Midwest movie mogul Colleen Griffin.
Hey, hey, hey.
And Raging Buddha B-movie queen, Nora Crest.
What's up?
Our special guest this time out is a triple threat within the industry, serving as an actress, writer, and producer for various projects, including the Answering Machine podcast, the Five Things YouTube show, and her own Twitch TV channel. Please welcome the lovely and multi-talented Sara Polton.
Hi.
Well, that was cute.
That's all I got. I'm on my way to rehab because I have a drinking problem from this stupid movie.
I'm so sorry.
We corrupt a lot of people with this show.
Oh.
My fault. My bad.
Every time Raging Buddha B-movie queen Nora Crest spends some time in our stall and reads the writing on the restroom wall, she's never quite the same. Let's see who turns up in this week's Raging Buddha Stats.
Hello, this is Atticus from Pompeii. The movie Pompeii took $80 million to make and grossed only $23 million in the USA. Director Paul W.S. Anderson had dreamt of making a movie about Mount Vesuvius since he was a kid. That would explain a lot of the terrible dialogue in the film. They were really trying to save as much money as possible since the volcano eruption was about 80% of the budget. So the man who plays Kit Harington's father is also his stunt doubles. Kiefer Sutherland, who was born in England, shows up in Pompeii looking and sounding like a half-cocked rehab escapee. I am Atticus, and those are the stats for Pompeii.
Film should have been called either, hey, we already know how this fucker ends, or When Baby Doll Met John.
Oh.
Tom piece of shit.
Oh.
I think Griff may have the win on that one.
All I could think of was, I just died in your arms tonight.
Yeah.
When I saw the ad for this movie, I was literally like, we already know what happened. Why am I watching it?
Because Titanic was the biggest box office.
But
See, Titanic had survivors, and you already knew that going in, that there was got to be somebody that was going to survive this shit because people told everybody what happened. Nobody fucking survived Pompeii. It wasn't like that old fucking Italian lady. It was like, I was there.
Oh my God.
I thought this mess was like a Monty Python film, but without any of the jokes.
I said to Kay, it should have been a rock opera, and
Yeah.
then it would have been awesome.
Who would have thought this disaster in the film would have come from all the terrible performance and not the actual CGI eruption?
Why wasn't Kit Harington the fucking voice coach for these terrible British accents?
Oh.
Okay, but the thing is, like, Emily Browning is British.
I know it's those Kit Harington.
And her accent sucks. So yeah,
Kit Harington, like, he was balancing a forced Northern accent by Sean Bean and a forced terrible American accent by Sean Bean. So I think he was kind of like still in a daze.
Yeah.
He also had 4 lines in this whole
Yeah.
movie. I mean,
Right.
at all.
3 screenwriters for this mess was 3 screenwriters too many. Hey-oh. Okay, that's a little, I know, we're early. I know. This film was only one Mel Brooks away from being hysterical.
It could have been hilarious.
I thought this film's also an insult to the people of Pompeii. You think they're up there somewhere in the afterlife going, man, that was bullshit.
Statler and Waldorf in the Coliseum.
Yeah, shouting insults down at Kit Harington.
But you know, it's the sad news is that Pompeii, the mountain, is actually heating up again. So we could have like fucking Pompeii Part 2.
I thought TriStar went out of business, which of course would explain a lot about this film.
I
It
gave me like a nice feeling of nostalgia.
Aw. Yeah, TriStar's long gone. I don't know how they ended up with a title credit.
Maybe this movie would have been better on VHS.
Super serious opening music and the title graphics make you think you're watching a Christopher Nolan film. Then Paul W.S. Anderson's name shows up, and you immediately throw any semblance of quality right out of the window. The W.S. in his name actually stands for whack shit.
Those were the longest opening credits. They went on for like 15 minutes. They just kept coming. And then they cut to a scene. They do the whole scene and then more credits.
Just in case you were, to make sure you're awake.
That's how you know a film is good. It's just
is that how it is? Longer credits?
Credits.
I mean, the greatest thing that he's done is marry Mia Jovovich and have a baby.
Oh, yeah. They crank out 7 Resident Evil films, yeah.
Part of the trivia is Paul W.S. Anderson's wife and frequent leading lady, Mila Jovovich, visited the set.
And over these opening titles, we get this quote, and I'm going to read just a part of it here. In the darkness, you can hear the crying of women, the wailing of infants, and the shouting of men. And that all came from just inside the movie theater.
Oh, man.
Film opens with a quote I just mentioned by Pliny the Younger.
Pliny.
All right. Who, as we all know, would team up with Brain the older years later. I'm going to do it because I blew the joke because I fucked up the mispronunciation. I blew the joke on that one. All right, we'll keep moving.
You got to get your, Roman and Greek philosopher names correct.
A mini-me version of Jon Snow watches his family and entire tribe get slaughtered by a group of Romans around the 3-minute mark in one of many nondescript battle scenes that look like they're all staged by reenactors on a weekend holiday. I'm so tired of seeing these, people just running into each other and banging swords and wooden shields and... that's how the film opens. It's the depressing opening and a depressing closing.
No, it was like TLC, a reenactment like in TLC's. I didn't know I was ethnically cleansed.
It's like one of Derek Drunk History episodes. You just kept
This is so sad for this kid because he has no lines. He's just standing there with the sad look. And then he goes on the next year onto the TV show The Slap. Do you remember that piece of shit that was on for nearly a season?
God.
Where these people are all friends and then one kid, gets a fucking sass mouth and does some bullshit and hurts somebody else's kid and they get slapped by a parent.
Lays a smack down
and then it just snowballs into this whole thing. I'm sorry, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. If I was on the street acting like a jerk, random people could come up to you and smack you and no one's going to jail.
Kill them all. Kiefer Sutherland shows up around the 5-minute mark sporting a horrible European accent that makes him sound like he was about 40 years too late for his I, Claudius audition.
They didn't even try and give him more hair.
Everybody has this Roman haircut except him.
Yeah.
He's got a number 3 on the side and a number 5 on the top.
Just fucking came out of this Roman supercuts and trot on in.
Yep.
He looks like he's in a Halloween costume.
No, he's got overgrown boot camp hair.
He's a good actor, right? What happened?
We don't. Right.
I think he read the script and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna chew this scenery."
Mini-Me Snow is the sole survivor of the massacre and is immediately abducted by a bunch of fat men on their way to meet up with Senator Fogel on the subway court in London. 6-minute mark. Got a lot of jokes in that one.
It was like a combination between Gladiator and Schindler's List. It was just not a good look.
So this is what happens. He's going to grow up to be Kit Harington, and he's sold into slavery, basically. He's the only survivor of his tribe. He gets wiped out, Kiefer Sutherland. What do you think the odds are he's going to meet up with Sutherland later?
100%.
They call him Kilt. A fully grown Kit Harington arrives on screen rocking slow motion abs so hard I also experienced an eruption, ... in my pants. He looked really good.
There is some trivia behind this. Paul W.S. Anderson got pissed when people said, first of all, if you're a director and you read comments online, he wasn't happy because everybody was saying, oh, that's such bad CGI, because he claims they were completely real. And I'm inclined to agree just from what I've seen in Game of Thrones. And then there was Kit Harington. God bless you, Kit Harington, but stop whining. He whines about everything. And he said he got body dysmorphia.
Were they real or not?
Those are real.
They only show them once.
I know, but this is really affecting my erection. So I got to know if are these real abs or not?
You can be sexually attracted to the abs.
Why show him the abs at the beginning and then hide them for the rest of the film?
Well, wait, where else are you going to show them though, Sarah? You
you show him every scene he's in.
Thank you.
You just want him shirtless for the entire film?
Listen, this is why all the women lined up to go to the million.
I never thought about that.
Here's my theory. They did a ton of reshoots later where he didn't have the abs.
Oh. Yeah, well, that makes sense to have him in. Yeah, you're right.
And if you watch him on Game of Thrones, you can tell naturally he's like.
He's not ripped all the time. Come on.
Well, no, you can tell he's got like a natural, like nice physique. But I think he went back for reshoots and he didn't have that insane,
Well,
whatever.
his trainer stepped in and had him stop, working out like an insane person, so he didn't end up like DJ on Full House when she collapses on the fucking thing.
I was really excited. I thought we were going to see a really raunchy sex scene, and that never
Right?
happened.
No, you don't get it.
Never.
I know he's gonna die, and this fucking volcano's killing everybody. I'm getting naked.
Anderson dips into the Resident Evil mode as Harington wipes out 3 gladiators with a Mila Jovovich choreography. He comes on, he's a slave, and this other guy's showcasing what he can do, and he knocks out. It's Mila Jovovich. It's Resident Evil.
Let me just say though, you could honestly watch this scene and then just repeat it about 50 times.
That's the film.
All the action in the entire
Exactly. I wish the rest of the film was as brief and mildly entertaining as this sequence.
Yeah.
I thought this was actually pretty good, but.
And he was basically, it looked like he was wearing, in the rest of the action sequences, it looked like he was wearing like a t-shirt underneath a basketball jersey.
But he took down 3 guys twice his size in 5 seconds. And in the rest of the film, he fights dudes smaller than him and has a much harder time taking them down.
Well, yeah, you got to stretch. It's called stretching, Sarah. It's called stretching. You got to sell it. Opening CGI shot of Vesuvius around the 10-minute mark makes it look like a giant anus that's about to unleash hell upon Pompeii. Terrible, terrible CGI, and that mount did not look good at all.
When it says like Pompeii, I mean, I don't need glasses at all, but I almost needed to get reading glasses to see that. Like,
the title.
Well, first of all, they tell you right in the opening scene, Northern Britannia, and then they have to tell you 2 minutes later, the Celtic Horse Tribe Rebellion, and then they gotta tell you that you're now in Londononium, and then they tell you you're in. I was like, are we gonna have these weird labels like now you're in the Roman bath, now you're in the thing? Like,
why do we need the title Pompeii? I think we know where we are. By
that or the festival, whatever that festival is.
We don't care about that. But
Yeah.
but it says Pompeii.
No, I'm saying we don't care about that. Why did we need to see it in the title?
And we didn't even see the festival.
The horse is in pain, you ignorant pig. Since when did one pothole cause a horse to snap its leg and fall over?
Thank you.
Horses are pussies in this film. That's what I wrote at the 10-minute mark.
Well, you don't know how long this horse has been pulling these.
Yeah, but I don't buy that. Let him help the horse. Jon Snow is now known as the horse neck snapper. The 12-minute mark. Not so much whispering.
That was upsetting.
But he snaps his. Yeah, apparently got to put the horse down.
The horse silencer.
Yeah, we can do that. Horse silencer. That works too. Yeah, he's got some.
Everybody know he was gonna snap the horse's neck. I mean, that's
Actually,
all you can do with a
know.
horse.
Oh, that was it.
Once a horse breaks its leg for whatever reason, a horse is this gigantic, majestic animal. They fucking break their legs, they're dead. That's it.
No, she's
Yeah,
right.
no amount
Even
of
if there's a watch.
Yeah, but it's got a pretty thick neck. I don't think he could have snapped it at the angle he was doing
He's pulled a Jean-Claude Van Damme
it.
on the horse.
Every guy that's walking with him, all the slaves, they're all twice his size. And then they point him out and they're like, he's the brute. And he looks like so little.
I love how all their clothes are like tattered and stained. And his looks like the derelict.
Oh yeah, he looks great. His outfit is fantastic.
And they're all super oiled up.
Like the Tonga flag bearer.
Did you see his muscles? Oh, I saw his muscles. Hotness.
Okay.
And I wrote hotness in capital letters. I must have been in a mood.
No, I had the same like thought. I was like, really? Okay, you're gonna say that to somebody in ancient Rome? Really?
Yeah, that's Roman. That's Pompeii talk. We're home, and as we come back to this, did we really need the Pompeii title in a film that's called Pompeii? That's like subbing the title New York, New York in New York, New York, or Chicago in Chicago. Everybody follow me on that one? 13-minute mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. All right. It's not funny, but we're with you. Keep it rolling. It makes me forget Rome. Unlike this film, which doesn't make me forget baby doll Emily Browning's terrible performance, 14-minute mark. She is terrible. She looks just as CGI lost in here in this film as she does in Sucker Punch, as she did in Sucker Punch, I should say.
Oh yeah.
I had to look at it. I realized it was the same actress because she had her hair dyed, I guess, in this one, as opposed to the blonde-looking
She
Sucker
was also in a
Terrible.
series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, she's just not a very good actress.
No, she's not.
Is that the consensus, ladies? She's just.
Oh, I didn't see Sucker Punch, so I don't know.
I put up with Sucker Punch. I think I have an appreciation.
Well, and also it makes me remember Rome and that it was a way better depiction of this time period.
It sounds like my baby is no longer a child. Carrie Ann Moss continues her streak of forgettable film roles by appearing here as Browning's mother, sans the albino look from that god-awful Silent Hill sequel.
Oh,
The
God.
Minimark. How many of these did she do? How many post-Matrix crap did Carrie Ann Moss show up in before she ended up?
She was amazing in Jessica Jones, though.
Yeah, but this is way. I'm talking between the Matrix and now. There was a big gap, that she worked. I didn't know she even appeared in these films. She just who's picking them? Is her agent picking them? Is she doing them? Is it a mortgage payment?
She did better TV. She was on Chuck, and then she was on Vegas, which was a short-lived but really good show.
James Caan, wasn't it?
Yeah, with James, and then she was on Crossing Lines, which didn't make it, but now she's on Jessica
Crossing
Jones.
Lines was amazing.
Right?
I saw that she was going to be in this film, and I was secretly hoping she would be the love interest. I was
No,
Right?
come on. She was
Instead
way
of-
too old
yeah,
by that.
Instead of the mother.
No, she's
Yeah.
But Emily, can I just say, Emily Browning is probably going to ruin the new show American Gods.
Oh
which is-
yeah, no, she's
Oh,
a terrible
no.
actress.
It makes me sad. I hope not. I'm fingers crossed for you, Emily Browning.
She's terrible. She's not even that attractive. I don't get it. I don't understand.
No,
it.
She's cute.
Well,
She's
I
cute.
think she's
She's
pretty.
cute.
The makeup artist hated her.
Yeah.
No, they made her look unattractive.
No,
In
she's
the
definitely not.
movies, she looks much
They
better.
made her look old.
Yeah, they made her look old, and she's just not very good in this. But she's kind of phoning it.
They
But
also
Jessica
had
Lange.
no chemistry. Am
that's-
I wrong?
No, you're absolutely. I was going to mention that later, but yeah, you're absolutely correct, Sarah. That's the major problem. They have no chemistry, and that's why if you don't have that, that's the whole crux of the film hangs on these two idiots, and it completely falls apart immediately. So that's
Let me just
Again,
say
watch
that
Game of
Kit
Thrones.
Harrington with Game of Thrones, the woman in that for him, they have
I agree.
massive, unbelievable amounts of chemistry.
What have you done? Purchased the entire city of Rome? Typical woman. No wonder the city of Pompeii was doomed. Wow, that was a mean joke.
Oh,
I don't
Honor. She's a girl. She's got a lot of luggage.
Well,
I mean,
she
this
bought a
is
lot
the
of shit
laziest-
home. She did buy a lot of
I
shit.
think that's the laziest joke
Yeah,
in the
but
world.
No, it's a and I'm gonna admittedly, yes, it was a lazy. Look, I only have so many talents here. Crap.
No, not your joke. I'm
Okay,
talking.
Oh, no.
Wait. Can I say his joke was not as lazy as that ADR? Because my God, it sounded like it was like just thrown in from a different movie. Because he was like saying, "Oh, my daughter, so happy," and then this completely. It didn't even sound like the same actor saying, "Oh my God."
Various. Oh, I missed you. Browning greets her horse like they once shared a special relationship, and by special I mean horsecock. So
Oh.
that was weird.
Really? We gotta throw some bestiality in here now. Honor? This movie isn't shitty enough on its own.
This
No.
is a family
I just
show.
want to say
Not
that
a
my
family
husband,
show.
my
This is-
husband has just reminded me that I did see Sucker Punch,
Yes,
and
we
that's how much I didn't like it.
That was weird how she greeted the horse like she was like the same way. What that horse's name in History of the World? I don't remember what the hell the horse's name was in that. But they kept saying the name over and over. And here she keeps saying the name. I think it's Various. Various or Various. I don't.
Something like that.
Something fucking Roman, and I don't know. But
He's not credited in the movie The Horse, so I can't look it up.
The horse is in a lot of the film, though. I don't know why that horse was not credited. That's interesting.
I know.
Which Celt? Killer Croc from Suicide Squad shows up around the 18-minute mark as a slave gladiator named Atticus. Not Atticus.
Mr.
And-
Echo.
Yeah, and who wants to make a bet now that him and Celt Snow are going to end up buddies by the time Vesuvius goes boom?
I'll take that. bet.
The parallels to Gladiator are just ridiculous at this point.
It's such a ripoff. And here's
You gotta
another
have-
British guy who, again, I don't know what they're doing with the accents. They
Or
just
no,
fuck
you
up.
had to have your black savior.
Let's catch up everybody on the plot real quick.
I want you to pronounce his name though, Honor. I want you to go for it.
Atticus. I just said Atticus.
No, I'm talking about the actor's name, not.
Oh,
his
that's
character.
why I called him Killer Croc. I can't pronounce his fucking name. Come on, I know my limits. Basically, the woman we're talking about, Emily Browning, is the daughter of a famous landowner in Pompeii. So she's on her way home from spending a year in Rome, and that's where she meets up with fucking Celt Snow on the road because he's a slave being taken to the gladiator games at this festival in Pompeii. So they're all going to the same damn place. So he gets in the slave quarters in the gladiator arena. She goes home, and that's where we get these jokes. And that's where he meets up with Killer Croc. Explain yourself. Well, we needed another pointless fight scene to fill out the running time, 19-minute mark. So immediately the guy can't even eat a fucking meal, and he's already getting assaulted like he's in prison, and he's got to prove himself here. And he beats up, like 2 guys? He fucks up 1 guy really bad, and then bites a finger off some...
But how did these guys not know him already? They were already living together, and they were all slaves together at this one place, and apparently he's just random. Hey, what's your name? Where you been? Why'd you kill my brother? Like, that's so fucking stupid.
I thought they brought him though to the.
No, he said, I have something special for you. And then he comes out and kills 4 people. but he's like there with the other slaves. He's been a slave for 17 years. It's not like he's just some random new guy.
I don't know. Well, just think about it. Like he gets transferred to a different prison.
Okay, so he's in the fight. The guy grabs him and is drowning him, and he bites on the guy's finger, right? And he lets him go.
Right.
And then they cut to, and half of his hand is missing.
I know, like he bit off 2 fingers.
Like they show him kind of like chomping down on a pinky, and then half the hand's gone. What happened?
Well,
No, you could tell he like barely gnawed on it.
Yeah.
He gummed it.
By this point in the movie, I had to like get up to do something, so I paused it and I was watching it on my Roku, and it's like 91 minutes left of this film. And I'm like,
my
Oh.
God.
I
Hey,
told you
Nora and I are the same person.
We're at the
'cause that's
19
exactly what happened to me.
Yeah, because I have to watch him twice, and I just getting through the first one is enough, and I have to go back and do it again. It took me a while to get through these notes.
I will never watch this bullshit.
No,
again.
it's fair.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
Well,
Comes as no surprise that Various would be able to outrun the collapsing ground, leaving the M. Night Shyamalan horse handler to his comical red shirt fate of getting swallowed up by poorly rendered CGI effects at the 21-minute mark. Chris, how do you rate the effects overall? And in this sequence,
It's a mixed bag, because some you have like that are really bad, and then I'm gonna say like the end scene was fucking awesome. You know, they had like 25 different VFX companies do different things, because that's what ends up happening. It's not just one in-house unit doing the whole movie, so you get weird inconsistencies when you do that.
Okay, so like this sequence, which was terrible, it was complete.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, poor guy, poor M. Night Shyamalan dude. He didn't stand a chance. The horse did survive.
well,
What?
don't you feel like they like spent all the money on the last 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Well, that, and you know, you have to notice that most of the time when these VFX are happening, when the world's crumbling or fireballs or whatever, it's dark. So they get away with a lot of bullshit because you don't have to worry about the lighting and stuff like that, because it's all dark. So you can just skip over stuff and it doesn't have to look as good, and the practical effects are, you know.
Why did you save my life? Because we'd only have a 26-minute film if he didn't. on the other hand, the abruptly short running time might have greatly improved the finished product. Weren't they fighting?
That was later. They were fighting.
Yeah,
They went out to the arena, and the guy, they were practicing.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, so
Shiv. The guy
basically,
fucking brought a prison shiv.
Oh yeah, that's right. He saw that the guy was gonna shank him.
the Killer Croc.
Oh, Jason Momoa wannabe.
The Killer Croc character is going to be, Atticus is going to be, supposedly he's under the impression that if he wins one more fight, because he's been doing this so long, that under Roman law, he'll be a free man after he kills Kit Harington, because he gets paired up with Kit Harington. Hand-to-hand combat in the arena at the end of the games. I am Senator Quintus Corvus. Regional Theater Kiefer Sutherland shows up again as the chief villain around the 30-minute mark, not having aged a day since he killed Celt Snow's parents.
That's what I'm saying. They should have given him like more hair or something in the
That's
earlier.
what I thought too. Or like de-aged them.
Yeah,
like,
do
a little
something.
bit, or had different actors play them.
His name should have been Biggest Dickus from Life of Brian for all the mustache twirling in this film. Obviously, he just should have had villain written across in Roman written across his chest.
Now this is one film that I'm pretty sure Kiefer was completely drunk during the entire.
Was he 100%? Was he a drinker? He had to be drinking.
Yeah, Mr. tackled a Christmas tree because he was mad at it.
He looked like the Grinch with the faces he made.
But you know what though? That's why I have to say
that movie would have been a hit if he had
You're a mean one.
Well, maybe maybe he was the originator of like resting bitch face.
But he also had that like, I'm smiling very evilly right now.
Right.
It's all mustache swirling. God, I can't say mustache. I had a problem with this.
Mustache.
I was doing the recording cold opening. I had to change it because I'm a complete.
And you know they're doing a sequel to Flatliners, right?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about that.
Oh my God. God.
After I kill you, they will give me my freedom. I wish I can. After I kill you, he had that voice. They will give me my freedom. Killer Croc apparently hasn't seen too many Gladiator films. They usually don't end well for the slaves. I don't know what the hell impression he was 31-minute mark. He really thinks they're gonna cut him loose. It doesn't work like that. Especially he's a black man. Not gonna happen, guys.
Honestly, do you remember that Key and Peele sketch though, where they did
whole
like
movie's a Key and Peele sketch?
Exactly. Like I hate how they stereotype this guy.
His whole character was straight out of Major League. He had his little totem guy. I was just waiting for him to be like, if I don't get my freedom today, I say, fuck you, Jobu.
He is the Major League guy.
Yeah, but he didn't believe that until he was like literally about to die.
This is an inspection you'll have to pay for. Anyone else want to chip in so we can see so we can manhandle these slaves? And by manhandle, I mean feel up. 33-minute mark. I thought that was an interesting scene.
And then how come he never left the little podium? Weren't
Yeah.
those ladies just pay for him?
Yeah,
so they
feel his dick right there. Yeah,
Right.
They bring a couple of slaves over to this big party they're having just to show them off before the games. They have to stand on these little step stools that they had lined up in the hallway there. And apparently, if you chip in a couple bucks, you can feel them
But
up.
see, this is where the movie went awry because they're trying to keep their PG-13 rating.
Right.
This is obviously an orgy. Had they actually
We
gone
don't know it's an
straight-
orgy. I don't know if that's an orgy.
Excuse
No,
me.
that's
This
what
is talking about Roman times. They brought slaves into the room.
That's in
raped
Rome,
up-
though. This is Pompeii. This is
It's
not
same
Rome.
difference.
This
It's
is,
fucking
no,
Italy.
they talk about Rome.
They're classier in Pompeii.
I like this scene. I don't
Yeah,
have any
no,
problems
we're
with
just
this scene.
saying
Oh,
they
Sarah
have
would have
those
chipped in a couple
words.
coins. Yeah, a couple gold
Oh,
coins. She's like,
yes.
oh, hell yeah, I'm going to feel them up.
I got excited. I was like, I like where this is going.
I
And
know,
it didn't
but,
go
like,
anywhere.
You're right.
It's,
It
a
it's male
bummer.
hookers.
is, man. Yeah, I guess that's where they were
That's
going
great.
with it, Crest, like you were saying, but it never gets there. You never
Yeah.
get to see
Never
the
leaves the
So
podium.
I
with
was
the
really
lady.
excited.
Because he
for
says,
nothing.
there's a line Killer Croc says, he said it's not bad for a night's work. And where was the other half of that scene? Like him in a pimp hat, like laying on like leopard skins and stuff.
No,
like, a
he's
couple
not
white
in a-
chicks around him.
No, he's not in the pimp hat. He is being pimped.
Oh, that's true. It'll be somebody else wearing the pimp hat. I'm sorry, Sarah. We disappointed.
It's PG-13, guys.
It was so-
PG-13.
This is the most frustrating movie for several reasons.
I know.
It is the most sexually frustrated movie of all
It's
time.
also sexually frustrating. Yeah. Okay.
You mean because you only get like Kit
Yeah.
Harington like barely clothed at the beginning,
You
and then
you gotta,
as the movie goes along,
He has more and more clothes on.
Yeah.
Crap.
This whole movie needs a Viagra.
you two have met. There were a shit ton of hot Roman chicks during this period. So why is Jack Corvus so hung up on this Pompeii baby doll? She looks like a Starbucks employee. I guess we're back to her again. 37-minute mark. Because apparently the baby doll character Emily Browning they knew each other. Him and Kiefer Sutherland knew each other in Rome, and she left Rome because he was about ready to basically fuck her without her consent, and so she had to leave the entire city and come.
And then he followed her because
Yeah,
he's a
just-
fucking stalker.
Yeah, but that's my point. There's millions of hot chicks in Rome.
she looks like a naturally occurring Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Creeptastic guys like Kiefer Sutherland's character are always uber obsessed with the one girl who says no.
Yeah, I
In
guess.
all of these movies, if you say no to the creepy stalker guy, he's going to murder you.
No.
Accurate.
Very accurate.
Not that I would know.
Even in Rome, no means no. Well, actually, no means yes in Roman times, but that's a different.
But did something happen between them? We don't know.
We don't know.
No, she.
Well, no.
in
She
her
does spell it
conversation
out
with-
later.
I think something was going to, and then she left. But-
No, but she's been trying to get rid of him forever, and he was like, "I thought we had an understanding," and she's like, "That was in your mind."
It is the mountain. It grumbles from time to time. Film continues to tease us that disaster porn is coming, so we can stay awake during these boring Roman soap opera moments.
Is
30
that
minutes
your
long.
bad
Yeah.
African accent on it?
Now, with apologies to Killer Croc and the greater nation continent of Africa, yes. Hopefully we don't have any listeners over there. I think this show is probably banned, I think, in Africa. I don't think we have to worry about it. I asked him, did anybody else think Selt Snow was going to snap the horse's neck at the 41-minute mark like he did earlier? So
Yes.
apparently there's a little, thank you, there's
No.
a little earthquake, a little grumble that Killer Croc said, which the line I just did badly. And as a result, the horse, again, various, God, I wish I could remember that horse from History of the World, freaks out. And of course, apparently the only person in the entire city of Pompeii that can handle calming a horse, even though there's horses everywhere, is a slave who was brought into the city. Does this not make any sense? Don't they have staff to deal with this? I mean, aside from the M. Night Shyamalan guy who fell into when the ground collapsed, he's not the only. I know this guy was a horseman, but I don't understand why they don't have other people that are qualified to handle this situation. Am I
Yeah, but
wrong? I don't get in dead silence here. Is somebody gonna?
He's definitely the sexiest.
Oh,
For
Jesus
sure.
Christ, Sarah. No, that's not the answer I was looking for, but all right. I have to take you back. Snow seems to share more chemistry with his horse than he does with his co-star 44-minute mark. He really liked that horse. Emily Browning, not so much, but all right.
It's a beautiful horse.
It is a beautiful horse. 15 lashes should do it. And here I was hoping for tongue lashes, but no. 46.
Oh,
So as a result, I should have explained the scene. He calms the horse, and Emily Browning goes into the barn, and that's when they have their meet cute, and they get on the horse together, and then I don't know what their plan is, but they
This is
run.
like
no
their
plan.
third.
Yeah,
This is
I
their third.
no plan.
hate this.
It's the
I
third-
hate this scene.
It's the third time they met, and they really have no reason to be running off together, but they do. They escape from this barn, and they run off just up to the hill. They don't even go that far,
Why
just
didn't
outside
they
the
just
city.
keep going? That's
I
my
don't understand. They stop.
Why doesn't he run away?
Right.
Why?
right.
There's a lot of questions we get, but they have this scene on the horse out in the hillside while the Romans are pursuing. They stop so the Romans can catch them. And there's a scene. Well, she says, "Why don't you go in and you'll have your freedom?" And he says, "I don't want to leave you." But they just met. They don't know each other. I don't.
No,
there's
no,
no
no.
chemistry between them, except between there's chemistry between him and the horse, but not between and her and the horse. But maybe if all three of them slept together, that would have been a better film.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's a three-way with the
No.
Come on, we're not doing the donkey
it
show.
is.
Pompeii.
that would have been a better film.
I had a good joke, damn it.
You want to go ahead?
No,
What?
it.
My horse
Nah,
is
nah,
not
it's
funny.
not.
All right. So, but the point is that so they're on that. So
This scene made no sense.
thank you. So anyway,
None.
the result of this, he gets recaptured, and instead of getting killed, because this Kiefer Sutherland idiot wants to marry, he really just has a hard-on for Emily Browning. I don't know why, but he does. As a result, he doesn't.
Wait. Here's the thing. We have seen movies before where people have met immediately and ran off together, and we believed it. The writing and the chemistry was so terrible. You could have done reshoots and rewrites.
I
This just sucks.
Yeah, sucks. So as a result, he gets 15 lashes. That's what I come up with
Can
the
we
tongue.
talk about the whipping noise?
Oh, go ahead. All right, if you want to go ahead. But what's your
It
point?
was like out of a sound machine.
Oh,
The whipping noise comes from Raiders of the Lost Ark. They probably
Yeah. Oh,
Indiana
It's
Jones.
terrible.
Crack.
By the way, Honor, to answer your question that you've asked 20 times, the horse in History of the World Part 1 is named Miracle.
All right, there you go. The horse is now. And, this
Because remember, he says only a miracle can save him now, and then the
Get it?
fucking horse.
and a horse rolls up. That's and.
Ba-dum-bum.
But, well, you just go back and
hey, Nora, why are you encouraging him?
yeah, stop the podcast, folks. Go watch History of the World and come back.
Right.
You can do the rest. We'll be here. We're not going anywhere. But you got it. If you haven't seen History of the World in a while, you owe it to yourselves to go watch it. In fact, I'm leaving right now. I'll have these ladies finish it up for me because I love that film. We're gonna need a miracle to get.
It's a great movie.
It is a great film. I need a miracle to get through the rest of these notes. It is the gods. They have a plan for us all. I didn't do it in his voice, but all right. Killer Croc keeps talking like the dude from the old 7-Up commercials for some reason. What, did he take acting lessons?
No caffeine, never had it.
He take his acting lessons from Joffrey Holder? Exactly.
But it's like, you know what? Here's the deal.
I
They
should've done
didn't
the
tell
voice.
him where he was from.
Right.
So they just went like, you're from Africa, you're a slave, action.
this is
Well,
where I
not-
just started drinking.
Oh, is this when you start? This was the.
I poured myself a glass of whiskey, not a shot of whiskey, a
Ooh.
glass of
This
whiskey.
Polton doesn't play around.
No.
Sarah, you and I need to be friends.
Holy cow! I don't blame you though. How many times did you see this, Sarah? Just once or twice? Or
Yeah, of course, just once.
oh, that's
Honor, you're the
Oh.
only one that watches this
Only
bullshit
right?
2 times.
got to though.
Hey, no,
I have to watch it.
I watched this 2 years ago, and I still am struggling
Oh
with
man.
the fact that I watched
I
it.
don't. It's definitely a drinking movie, folks. My name is Milo. We patiently waited for 49 minutes to hear Selt Snow's real name, and this was the best the screenwriters can come up with. He sounds like a short order cook at a Waffle House.
No,
That's
my
not
name
a
is
selfish
Milo.
name, though.
It would have been awesome if the Killer Croc's real name was Otis.
My name is Milo. I live on the second
No.
floor.
Oh my God, that's the worst name I think I've heard for a lead actor.
Why? It worked
Well,
for Milo and
anything.
Otis.
Well, yeah, all right.
There's so many Celtic names that they
Adam.
could have chosen.
My notes literally say, "Is his name really Milo?"
But doesn't that diminish his sex appeal? I think no. Never mind. Send that Celt into the tunnel, or Milo. Hey, can they send that Celt into my tunnel anytime? Whoa, hey, geez.
Heyo.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Apparently I was in a good mood during that. No.
We get it. You want to date with Kit Harington.
You know what? I'm straight, but you see.
Oh my God.
Honor, you are the gayest straight guy on the
Yeah.
planet.
He can get the reboot. When did date with Kit Harington?
You're the guy that's saying how straight they are while they're in the public restroom tapping their foot.
It's a sliding scale. I'm going to be fair, but only for certain people. But you know what, Harrington? And maybe that horse.
Just say you're sexually fluid.
The horse was cute too. For those about to die, we salute you. With apologies to AC/DC, 53-minute mark. So here's the deal. They got betrayed, basically. He was supposed to have Killer Croc was supposed to have hand-to-hand combat with just Selt snow. And as a result, there's betrayal and rumors, and Kiefer Sutherland's got a hard on about getting these guys killed. So instead of doing that, we're going to chain all of the gladiators up to a pole, a telephone pole, in the middle of the gladiator field. And then we're going to
foam.
thank you. It made a soft foam. And we're going to have of Roman soldiers from History of the World Part 1 attack them all at once, which is a really dumb plan, just a way to kill it. So anyway, there's these big games, and there's this CGI.
But they're paying tribute to Kiefer Sutherland's character and his great triumph over the tribal uprising of the Celtics.
He's super.
So they're trying to impress him right now in this scene.
He's a complete dick, and he wants him, and he's just evil to the point where he's doing anything to marry Emily Browning. And
but even he sees through it. I mean, she says, "What is this?" And he says, "What does he say? This isn't something. This is politics."
Shields up. Why aren't these 5 gladiators killed?
Oh my God.
When an entire battalion of Romans attack. This is not Snyder's 300, the 55-minute mark.
No.
And if you make a Star Trek joke, you can do that too.
Very dull spears.
Yeah.
Just snapping around.
I know, right?
I do not yield to the power of Rome. I spit on it. Aside from spitting on this film, this gladiator battle scene goes on so long, I almost forgot there was a volcano about to come at the 1 hour mark. Did anybody else forget that we had a volcano eruption coming up? This sequence was a long time.
No, because they keep making it rumble. Now it's just rumbly.
Okay.
I was like, oh, this film's almost over because we're getting to like the big fighting scene.
Right.
So we're
out.
wrapping up.
No, we're not wrapping.
No,
we're
we're
not.
nowhere near We're halfway.
That's exactly my point. It just goes on and on and on and on. But it's not a great sequence. It's not even well choreographed. But all right.
It makes the Ben-Hur stuff look classy, actually.
Yeah,
I mean, this is terrible.
That's our tie-in, folks. If you're seeing Ben-Hur this weekend, God hope you're not, and you're actually just listening to our show. And
Please don't. Oh my God, it looks so terrible.
Yeah, you thought that. Well, this is pretty terrible too. So I guess it's a good double feature for you.
They tried to make a gladiator film and a disaster porn film at the same time.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Exactly.
They need to pick one or the other.
But nobody showed up with a pizza, so the whole porno aspect of it just went out the window.
Oh yeah, porno would have been great too. I will break you, and you will stay broken. To stand, sit, or crawl as I decree. This may be the single worst line reading in Kiefer Sutherland's entire career at the hour and 2 minute mark.
Oh, I thought it was kind of hot. I was like, all right, I'm on board.
Oh, Jesus, Sarah. apparently the whiskey was kicking in at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, all right. He's a villain. We get it repeatedly.
Yeah.
We get he's a villain. You don't have to keep chewing up the scenery. Every scene, he has to keep reminding the audience that he's evil. We got it from the first scene where he killed Kit Harington's parents. Like, we know he's evil. You don't have to keep doing it.
What if her parents wanted her to marry him? That would have been so much more interesting, and there would have been more on the line.
I get it.
Instead of her parents like, no, don't marry him. Like, we'll figure it out. Like, it would have been great if they're like, no, we really need this. Like, you have to do this for our city and our family. Like, that would have been really interesting.
Vulcan speaks. Not the Vulcan we know and love, though.
No.
Because now there's a minor tremor during the gladiator games, and Kiefer Sutherland is trying to hold.
But there's plumes coming out.
Yeah, I know. Now we're about all hell's about to break loose. I know. I know you. The only thing we know is that we're about to watch another pointless time filler fight scene. Oh Christ! Where the hell is this volcano film in a film called Pompeii? Let's try it again. Where the hell is this volcano? Where the hell is the volcano in a film that's called Pompeii?
Exactly.
Whatever you want to get, however you want to get there, guys. There's another fight scene because remember that big, tall, fucking Roman guy who was the number 1 guy next to Sutherland, right? I don't know who the actor's name was, but now he's gonna have a fight scene.
He's been in the NBC show. There's
a lot of them. There's a lot of them, but all right.
Which one who are we talking about?
Grim.
No, the big tall guy. The
number 2.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
The number 2.
Speaking of number 2, this guy's a turd.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a.
No, the one who goes out to fight him. He's in
Grim.
Grim.
He's in Grim. Okay, he's a big dude. He's a big guy.
Here's the thing. These are decent actors in a shit film.
I
I want to know where it happened.
I know.
I'm having a hard time finding his actual name. Oh, maybe that's it. No, that's not it. Because he's not on the first, like you go to IMDb and you see who's in this movie. Okay, you got Harington at the top. He's not on the first page. Like, this guy did not want this on his resume.
Boom! CGI Vesuvius finally farts up an ash cloud only an hour and 7 minutes into a movie that runs an hour and 45 minutes. Well done.
Yeah, Jesus.
I was dog sitting, and this is when my brother's dog climbed under the couch. So she hated this movie. I've never seen this dog hate anything.
How about 20 of us? Slave guard could have easily unlocked the door after the tall Roman guy went through it. All he had to do was reach through the door. I wrote that in caps, hour and 8-minute mark. So they're fighting, and the thing collapses. Kit Harington tackles that guy. We can't find the guy's name.
I found it. Sasha
Royce.
Poor Sasha. These two ladies found it. They're down in the basement, and as a result, one guy gets through, and the other guy, the guy who's he was the mean slave guard, I guess. He's
He's
killed.
the one who killed his parents.
Yeah. So he gets killed. But the other guy escapes for now. Get me to the harbor. Now, the back end of the film will now consist of everyone trying desperately to escape an erupting CGI volcano and failing in that attempt at the hour and 11-minute mark. Don't they know only Pierce Brosnan and Anne Heche could outrun volcanoes? These guys have no chance in hell of making it.
I mean, let me just say the worst CGI, 100%, is the fucking tidal wave.
Oh, really?
We have the scene where the sea's going out, and you're like, uh-oh, and the people are just falling off the boats into the mud and shit in the harbor, and then here comes the big tidal wave, and I was like, really? This was so lazy and so terrible. I mean, and I watched San Andreas, okay? So that's
pretty terrible. That's coming up. I mean, it's a whole CGI porn that's coming up here. The mountain is going to kill us all. Not soon enough, unfortunately. All right, cheap joke there. Hey,
my notes just say geography because they run around for like 30 minutes and they're in the same place.
Well,
they're right by the Coliseum. What's happening?
Yeah,
and they make it sound like it's been going on for hours.
Sarah, speaking of which, I noticed right before I logged down for this, I saw on IMDb there was a review saying, depends on your perspective. And they give this a 7 out of 10, by the way. And they said, well, if you like history and geography, you might have a problem with this movie.
You have your freedom. She is mine. Milo Snow is now going to improbably run from the center of town all the way up to the villa where Baby Doll is being held while there's an erupting volcano taking a big fiery shit upon the entire region. Sure. Hour and 14-minute mark.
Even Usain Bolt couldn't have made that run. Okay.
Exactly. There's no way he would have been able to run while all hell is breaking loose. There's no way he would have made it alive. Because you got to remember now, when the thing erupts, you get the initial ash cloud, yes. But then it starts shitting out huge chunks of rocks, which become missiles, which keep hitting the town over and over and over again. I mean, they're getting bombarded. They're getting Pompeii'd over and over again. There's no way this guy would even got out of town, much less been able to run.
No, and the way they shoot it, they make it look like Pompeii is on a peninsula, which it's not. There is a peninsula below Pompeii that's a whole other place, Sorrento, Italy. But Pompeii itself, like had they started leaving right when the first rumblies started happening, they could have made it out of town.
Right.
They could have made it far enough away.
Nora,
some of them, not all of them, some of them.
This isn't a movie for people who care about geography.
Or acting.
Killer Croc outruns a tidal wave around the hour and 20-minute mark, which makes sense since he's Killer Croc. All right, a couple jokes going on there. You guys figure it out. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Wow. It's funny. Yeah.
I like her.
She's a one and done. That's it.
That's usually what my dates say.
Yeah, but I'm bumped.
Oh.
Hey-oh. Here all week too. Lead characters managed to outrun tidal waves, fireballs, and debris, yet still somehow all end up dead by the end of the running time.
Ugh.
What's the point of the film again? There's no way these guys would have survived as long as they did, only to end up getting killed by the end. But
it was just
giving too much away here. Yeah, there's a lot of dumb scenes of people running and just improbably missing shit by a half an inch.
And for a long time. I mean, this was a very long eruption.
I mean, I will say
the whole film.
This part is probably the most historically accurate portion of it because it didn't just all blow up at 1 second. But there was obviously a lot of destruction. If you've ever been to Pompeii and seen the petrified people and shit, obviously there's a lot of other shit that happened before the gigantic ash cloud came and petrified
them.
And
stuff that happens too, but it just there's no way these three idiots are.
But they didn't need to make it a prequel to Gladiator.
Why would the gods let this happen? Probably because your acting sucks, Baby Doll. Or 2-minute mark.
But I thought this was going to have some kind of theme or message to it. Like at the beginning with the horse, you need to have mercy, or that there is some kind of gods that have, if you're good, you'll survive. No, there's no message.
It'd be great if they had made it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
love conquers
all.
No,
there's no lesson here.
Corvus, Sutherland's character is like a cinematic cockroach. Just when you think you killed him, he shows up somewhere else, hour and 25-minute mark.
It's
This
a
guy,
fucking Terry ending all over again.
this guy was really hard to kill. How many more fight scenes do we need to see at this point? We get it. And that was the scene that they have in the Gladiator thing. Because now I guess that Roman guy faces off against the Killer Croc guy in a scene that shouldn't even be happening at this point. They should all be running for cover, but now they're fighting out in the Gladiator.
Exactly.
Apparently, Kiefer Sutherland and Selt Snow both went to the John Cusack School of Driving at 2112 for them to expertly navigate a chariot and a horse while all hell is breaking loose around them at the hour and 26-minute mark. Boy, I didn't know you can do all that with a chariot and a horse. I didn't know you can escape a collapsing city on a chariot and a horse.
Can I just say something? How is his single horse faster than the 4 horses?
Well, how is the chariot able to maneuver around all that shit that's falling? And then the roads are collapsing. Come on, guys. Eventually you got to start asking logical questions. First of all, by the time they would have made that run, all the shit would have collapsed anyway. So you're not...
Also, how did they survive the chariot crash? I mean, I call bullshit on that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just talking about the race itself. The problem is that the streets would have been full of shit anyway. They never would have had a clear path.
It was totally desolated,
right,
there.
Before they started the run.
You know why this movie is fun?
It's not Mila Jovovich.
Because you are still asking logical questions.
I guess a lot of questions at this. Well, no, because I got a real issue with the 2012 thing I could have bought. That's bullshit too. But there it made more sense. Here, it makes less sense because it's a horse and chariot. The horses would have been spooked. There's shit falling anywhere. You could.
Well, the one real thing would be the horses would be running for their lives. So if you could manage to hang on to a horse that was doing that, then you might make it.
Yeah, we should mention that Kiefer Sutherland captures Emily, baby doll, and attaches her, handcuffs her to the fucking chariot. So now this necessitates a chase scene where he's escaping the city with her. Snow's on a horse, a miracle. Following behind as the whole city's collapsing and all this shit's coming down and all this John Cusack 2012 bullshit's happening. My gods are coming for you. Milo Snow delivers his Indigo Montoya speech to Sutherland around the hour and 33-minute mark.
Yeah.
Not a moment too soon before the CGI volcano goes and Griff loves this, full retard. I know, that's her favorite expression. But it does, right? Just as it happens, but God, he didn't kill him. He leaves him to die. He gets chained up to the chariot. There's a crash scene. How did he survive? You're right.
They have the crash scene, and then one of those fucking balls of fire comes from the sky, and should have taken them both out, and they both managed to walk away.
I know. I know.
Come on.
I know. Anyway, meanwhile, in the arena, Killer Croc it's finally killed.
Oh my God.
The other guy that we talked about.
And he's doing like the Olympian black power stance.
And he says, "I die a free man." Killer Croc at least knew he had zero chance to outrun a firestorm. Hour and 35-minute mark. He's the only smart one in the film. He knew he wasn't going to get out.
That was the longest death scene I have ever. We should have timed it. It was like in A League of Their Own when Tom Hanks keeps peeing. It was like that, but dying.
Yeah.
And he just was making the craziest faces. Like, oh, they'll cut this down. And they're like, leave it all in.
Yeah, because that's all we got. I don't want to spend our last moments running. Then what was the point of this film? Milo Snow and Baby Doll die in a firestorm while sharing their first and last kiss. If this had happened at the start of the film, I would have given it a thumbs up.
But they were way ahead of the lava or the ash.
I know, they could have made
way ahead.
I don't understand the horse. I don't understand.
And then he stopped it, like, go on without me. And then she's like, just get the horse out of here. Let's just.
Yeah, why were you? Yeah, so Miracle does survive.
Probably.
This is how I imagine my death here in the restroom.
Well, that's like a throwback again, the Roland Emmerich thing. The throwback to letting the animal survive. Remember the dog in Independence Day?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, my God.
The film should have been about the horse. This is how
the film was basically to show you the terror and the absolute horror of being faced with totally certain death.
Yeah, we never saw that, though. We always
by
saw
fire.
a lot of fight scenes and Kiefer Sutherland talking nonstop. We didn't see This is the most depressing, erupting volcano film ever. At least Dante's Peak and Volcano are fun. This is not fun.
They actually ripped off Volcano a lot.
When I say Dante's Peak, they ripped off more, though. Wouldn't you think? Because there was a town close to it?
It's a combination.
Well, I get. Yeah, really. They're the two better ones, guys. If you have to watch a volcano movie, I'd recommend either one of those. I think they're both.
Oh, Dante's Peak, actually.
I like Volcano because I think it's L.A. and they sing Randy Newman at the end, but that's just me.
Any movie where you can get I Love L.A. in.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, I was totally on board with that. I was like, oh, we love L.A., right?
L.A. gets slaughtered in movies way less than San Francisco or New York.
Well, this time Pompeii got it.
I know.
This was a really depressing movie, guys.
Oh,
Oh my
frustrating.
god, this time it was
It was so unsatisfying.
Yeah, it's just a lot of foreplay, but no.
I mean, let me just say, even recovering from surgery and having meds did not make this movie any more enjoyable. So even
I
the
literally wrote
Percocet
down,
couldn't save this.
Wait, they die?
Spoilers, but yeah, you should have done that from
apparently
the.
there's like some sort of like ash fossil
Yeah.
of lovers in Pompeii.
Wouldn't that be funny if, like, yeah, yeah, there is.
No, I'm serious.
Based on, that's what it's based on, though. But they had the ash statue at the beginning, at the end of here, of the two of them kissing. Wouldn't it have been better if the ash statue was like her giving him a blowjob? Like,
No.
I can just like circle around it. That would have been way better.
That statue looked nothing like them, too.
Yeah.
Really?
They couldn't even get that right.
Sarah's very technical here at the end.
He was way more ripped.
Yeah.
You know what's also inaccurate is the fact that these two lovers kissing would have been actually in Pompeii. These guys are outside of Pompeii. So these statues wouldn't have existed, right?
Well, no, Pompeii is like, it's kind of large. It's not just the mountain and
Yeah,
the
but they
fucking.
were way
Yeah,
out.
no, it was like the whole radius.
I don't know. I don't.
You have to understand, just to get super nerdy technical, I saw a whole thing on Krakatoa, which is one of the largest volcanic eruptions that's ever happened on Earth. And it blew like similar to Pompeii, but like about 10 times the size of Pompeii. And when the ash cloud came, the entire ash cloud traveled across the ocean for about 20 miles and wiped out the town that was across the ocean on another island from them. So this type of situation, it's actually very serious, and there wouldn't really be escaping it unless you had some sort of air flying vehicle that could go hundreds, because the ash cloud travels at like 300 to 400 miles per hour.
This film needed a miracle.
Well, if they had
really
a sense of urgency and got the F out of there,
Well,
Right?
yeah.
daddling around,
All right.
a lot of chit-chatting and like, oh, you go see my parents, you go get a horse, we'll meet up in Kent.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. That is Pompeii for this week. Boy, we took it out and played with it.
And
a
they
lot.
never, can I just say, they never mentioned the name of the mountain. They never say it's Mount Vesuvius.
That's
Not
Vesuvius.
once.
Yeah,
Not
right.
once.
Right.
No, they don't.
We took it out and played with it a lot longer. We should. Could we flush it, ladies? Could we please flush it?
Yes.
Flush it so hard.
You guys have.
Hey,
You
give
guys
us a
come up.
fucking-
No, just come up with one joke after I say flush it, and then we move into it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
This is why we can't have nice things.
No.
Is that right?
Hey,
There you go, folks.
like I
Consider-
said, I like
Woo! Consider it flush. That is Pompeii for this week. I want to thank my lovely co-cinematic flushers, Midwest movie mogul Colleen Griffin, and Raging Buddha movie queen Nora Crest. Great job as always, ladies. Thank our very special guest, the triple threat here, Sara Polton. Sarah, thank you so much. Did a great job. Appreciate you sitting in with this. We apologize for the film, but
Love talking to you guys. Angry that you made me watch this stupid movie.
Well, if you come back, it's just going to be worse.
yeah, it's just gonna be worse. When you come
I
back, it's gonna be worse.
I'm a masochist, so this is great.
We really appreciate it. We do hope you come back for some other nonsense.
I'm in.
All right, there you go. And we're going to be back next week to torture you folks with something else. Until then, say goodbye, ladies.
Bye.
For those of us about to die, I salute you.
Hey, this is Honor Knight, and I want to thank you for listening this week and every week as we flush these turds down our cinematic bowl here in the Restroom. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Play Music so you don't miss a single episode. You can also follow us on Twitter and use the hashtag PodernFamily, like us on Facebook, circle us up on Google+, and check out all of our episodes at our home restroom on the net, signalsoffury.com. Until next time, remember, we're here to flush it so you don't have to see it. I am Honor Knight, and this has been the award-winning Soiled Restroom Cinema.